We have a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video, some new Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer leaks, and more importantly, some huge updates for skill-based matchmaking in this upcoming game. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. We're a little over 400 subs away from 92k, so again, be sure to sub for the latest MW2 leaks info, reveal info, and all of that good stuff, and be sure to drop a like on the video as well, and shout out to my partner, Apex Gaming PCs, a bunch of customizable PCs over there, great for, making YouTube videos, playing Call of Duty, other games like that. They offer financing through a firm as well. And if you do end up buying a PC, be sure to use code MATTERS for up to $250 off your entire purchase. Now, first up here, some huge stuff on skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2. Credible MW2 leaker Ralph said this. He has a whole article here. SBMM reshaped for Modern Warfare 2. We're going to go through this whole article, break down what he's talking about. Is this a good update to SBMM? Is this bad? What will Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer look like? All very important stuff here. First up, skill-based matchmaking. SBMM has become a hotbed of discussion over the last few years. It continues to be a source of concern amongst fans of the franchise. Activision has since sought out an improvement to the SBMM framework, assigning a subsidiary studio, Demonware, with curating and refining the system. So apparently, they have this separate studio which is trying to improve SBMM. And again, what does improve mean? Does it mean improve to make it more effective? Does it mean improve to actually make it more fair for all players and bring it back to an older style of Call of Duty where, the lobbies were a lot more randomized? And again, I'm well aware that the skill-based matchmaking issue and topic is very complicated and very nuanced, and honestly, we don't know for sure how SBMM works. People have said that if you, buy more bundles, you get better lobbies, or people have said that if you're a good player, you're automatically going to be matched with good players as well, and you would never be able to get a more casual or newbie lobby like you were able to in the past. But that aside, we'll talk about that later on in the video. Let's just go through the info here on how IW is changing skill-based matchmaking. We have an associate close to Call of Duty describes SBMM as complicated but pragmatic. We're always looking for ways on improving every facet that contributes to a product's success. That's the initiative. SBMM is one of those things, as it's really a matter of trial and error. So it's, always evolving, it seems like there. SBMM plays an important role in sustaining and thriving a player base, and with Vanguard failing to meet expectations, Activision has had the chance with wiping the slate clean and reviewing the system in place, a collective R&D effort from several studios contributing towards creating a liberal yet sensible system. Now, before we go further into this article here, this sounds like Activision saw Vanguard and they saw, it wasn't performing well on top of having a pretty bad SBMM in the multiplayer, and they just said, you know what, we have to relook at this here and see how we can make this better. And what they say here, creating a liberal yet sensible system, or what the rumor is, if that's what they're doing, that sounds like they're trying to find a compromise. So it's liberal, which pretty much means it's not as strict and the SBMM system isn't as harsh on players, but it's still sensible in the fact that it does what it's meant to do: keep players playing the game and make it so, again, you're not a casual player and you're not just getting roasted every single lobby. Which, again, people make the argument, oh, it builds character like it did in the past and you got better because of that. But again, there are so many arguments pro and against SBMM, but that's just what they're doing there. And to me, that sounds like they're trying to make some type of compromise with the SBMM system, regardless of your opinions on it. And again, that sounds good overall. Now, some more stuff here. A system that accommodates all brackets of skill, high and low. An associate briefly mentioned that the new framework would be less debilitating for the better margin of players, instead of penalizing them, whilst allowing for a protected bracket to coexist for lower skilled players. And again, it sounds like they're working on SBMM to make it less harsh on better COD players. Now, I know you guys are going to say, well, why is there still a protected bracket for, lower skilled players? And again, I can't say whether that's good or bad, because I understand both sides of the argument. Obviously, Call of Duty Activision, they want more new casual players. And if you're a new casual player that was playing Fortnite forever, or you were playing all other Call of Duties, and you pick up COD for the first time and you get destroyed, you're less likely to come back and play. So I get from a business standpoint how it's important to have those players have a good time. But at the same time, for the hardcore COD fans, you don't want to penalize them and kick them out of the franchise because every lobby they play is super difficult. So from my perspective right now, I'm trying to be as objective as I possibly can. I get where they're coming from, and to me, this sounds like, again, a pretty good compromise here. So for some more stuff on this, matchmaking bot pools. With the breakdown of the new SBMM system, there are alleged plans to incorporate bot pools PvPvE for the new DMZ mode and Warzone 2, so apparently not for multiplayer, on the condition that a player's statistics are eligible to enter these lobbies. With the overhaul in AI, they'll be able to track a player's level of skill throughout a match, leveling and countering smurfs or outright removing the player from the matches. Very interesting stuff there. So again, for the AI stuff, I think Titanfall did that with their multiplayer. I don't think anyone wants to see that in MP. Maybe again, if it's for bots only and you're super casual and they just have to fill the lobbies with players that are really down to your level, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Let me know down below your opinions on that. For DMZ, that makes a lot more sense there. For Warzone 2, I don't know, not as much. But again, this is very early on. Nothing is confirmed here. And who knows, they might scrap that idea. But the Smurf thing is also very interesting. Of course, look, I mean, it makes sense as to why they want to get rid of Smurfs. They don't want someone creating a good account, like a good player, a really good Call of Duty player, creating a separate account and getting into bad lobbies to destroy all the casual players. I mean, it's fun to do. I mean, I've kind of done it before in the past couple of years. I mean, I get it, but it's also counterproductive to what they're trying to do. Again, I don't really have a strong opinion on that, honestly. I get why they're doing that. But as long as they, refine SBMM to make it not as harsh for, mid-tier to high-tier players, they can do that at the same time as well. But if they're only focusing on getting rid of Smurfs and they're not, worrying about how hard the lobbies are for top-tier players, then that sucks. But if they're working on both ends of the argument, I am okay with that, honestly. But again, let me know down below. My opinion can change, and we'll have to see how this system actually works once MW2's multiplayer comes out. I can't say if this new system is good or bad unless I'm actually able to play and test it out for myself. So at the end of the day, that's just my opinion on that. But some more stuff here. With Call of Duty newly integrating bot pools, an associate asserted that this particular system would cater to a specific subsection of players in mind, the handicapped, one of many accessibility options to be introduced, ensuring that as many fans as possible have a chance at experiencing something that may have previously been unable to them. So again, I get that, honestly. But now another thing here that people are definitely not too excited about, disbanding lobbies. So disbanding lobbies are supposedly here to stay. An associate emphasized its apparent importance on structuring SBMM as a foundation, plainly stating if that were to be removed, it would collapse. An associate then went on to mention that SBMM has only become a topic of discussion internally on the back end of MW2019, where a plan of action then followed soon after. Technically, the teams weren't prepared for MW2019's wild success. The system utilized for the game was placed on full display. It was outdated. It's been put through the ringer in recent titles, but it's constantly in development and maintenance. So I think what's going on here is that, okay, the disbanding lobbies issue alone is a separate issue from SBMM in my eyes, because I understand what people are saying, how disbanding lobbies is super annoying. It's not fun having a new lobby every single time. I don't really like the argument where it's like, oh, I was making friends in these lobbies and there's a rival battle. I feel like that's so rare. I guess that happens, but I feel like that's such like a 2008, 2009 type of thing where it happened a lot more often back then than it does now. And I guess, if you're in an MP lobby and you're fighting players and you get this in-game, game chat rivalry going, you want to continue that for the next lobby, or you want to switch teams and see how we do and, team up and, win the next game because the other guy won the previous game. But to me, it's not that big of a deal personally. That's just my opinion. Now, I understand if you guys are against, disbanding lobbies. I'm not for it. I'm not like a supporter of disbanding lobbies. To me, I'm kind of just indifferent. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Let me know your opinions on that. But if they're saying here that they're trying to improve SBMM and they're trying to make it better, they weren't ready for MW 2019 to be so successful and crazy as it was, and obviously they're internally admitting, or it's a rumor that they're admitting that, that version of SBMM was a bit outdated. As long as they're trying to make it better for all players, and they're not just trying to make it better on their part, like they're actually trying to make it better and, more effective, but also not, again, penalizing these mid to high tier players who are really invested in Call of Duty and may probably spend the most amount of money on Call of Duty, microtransactions, and they're buying the COD every single year for the past decade. You do have to cater to those players as well. So from the sound of it here, this overall article gives me the vibe that they're trying to improve and we're going in the right direction. I've seen a lot of people say this whole article is an L, all of this news is an L, and I want to be realistic here, because of course people are probably saying that because they don't want to see the words SBMM at all. But let's be honest, SBMM is not being removed. It's never going to be removed. So we just have to accept it and, you know, just make it better for us. And that obviously if they're internally, and the rumor is that they're internally trying to make it better for all types of players, low skilled, high skilled players, I mean, I have to be for that. I don't want them to make it worse. So as long as they're making it better for all players, I'm down with that. Disbanding lobbies, it sucks that it's there. Again, I'm personally indifferent. You guys may have stronger opinions on that. And again, look, the main thing here for me is that if the game's fun and it's fun to play, the weapons are fun, the maps are fun, I have a good time, I'm not getting sweaty lobbies every single time I play, then it's fine. And if we have to disband lobbies every time I play, whatever. I mean, it's just the way it is. Of course, we want to go back to exactly how it was back in Black Ops 2, MW2. But the reality is that's just not going to happen. So we just have to accept what we have now. And as long as, again, they're trying to make it better, I'm, you know, for that. So let me know your opinions on this down below. Hopefully, they actually try to improve it. And hopefully, MW2 multiplayer in specific, the whole game in general, but more specifically, the multiplayer side of things is just fun to play. And that's it. So let me know down below your opinions on this. Again, SBMM is such a complicated, convoluted, and nuanced issue. There's so many, you know, pros and cons to certain aspects of SBMM, and I'm really trying to be objective and try to understand what it's all about and try to understand what's the best thing for the Call of Duty community. And hopefully you guys, you know, appreciate and respect my objectivity. And personally, my real opinion is that I don't even know as well. I mean, I personally understand both sides. I mean, that's aside from me being objective. I'm trying to be objective for the YouTube video, just to give you guys both sides of the argument. But also my own real opinion is that I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm a pretty decent player, I think. I don't want to have to sweat and go try hard every single MP game I play. But again, at some point, you have to understand this is a business, and for more casual players, having them have a good experience makes the most sense for them. And I don't know. Let me know down below. I mean, it's such a crazy issue. My opinion will continue to evolve and change on it as well. And once we get more information, and hopefully they come out and say what it's all about, that would be really cool. Again, let's just wait for the game to come out and see what happens. That's it for this video. Subscribe for more Modern Warfare 2 leaks, updates, rumors, reveal stuff, etc. I'm trying to do all this for you guys. Really appreciate all the love recently. It means a lot to me. There are 2 of the videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Really do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.